Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton, and today we welcome all the way from the Boogie Down Bronx, my guest, Melissa Groneveldt. How are you?
I am doing well. How
I think
about
I'm talking
yourself?
too loud. I think that was just too loud. What do you think?
I think you're fine.
Well, because your voice is so soothing and
Oh,
soft.
stop.
You
I
know?
appreciate it, though.
So
Thank you,
I'm
thank you.
sounding like Howard Cosell, and you're sounding like Sade. Anyway, a certified nutrition coach and author of 4 books. Let's go
right.
back a little bit. Let's go back a
Okay.
little bit. All right. So, certified nutrition coach. I am actually a little too heavy, in my opinion, and I'm looking to lose some pounds myself. So that's not even in the cards to ask you this question. But how do you go about assisting people with their nutrition goals?
Well, first, I am a certified nutrition coach. I do specialize in the ketogenic diet. A lot of times people have a connotation that keto is nothing but meat, but in
Okay.
actuality, it's just a protein or 1 or 2 vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So you're eliminating sugar, reducing the carbs, and reducing the calorie intake, and in turn, your body will go into ketosis, which is become a fat burning machine.
Oh.
So ultimately, your body will turn from the sugar to the fat. So that's how you'll start losing weight. And then not only that, it helps with brain fog, daily activity, increases energy. It's just awesome. I lost 120 pounds doing it.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you.
So let me ask you. So you mentioned brain fog, right? I have a terrible memory. I don't know if it's because I'm 53. I don't know if it's because my life is a little too complicated, but I have a terrible memory. Does that have anything to do with nutrition? Like I put my keys down and 5 minutes later, I am looking for my glasses that are on my head to find my keys. So how does nutrition affect memory loss?
Well, it definitely does. Depending on what type of food, you ever notice that you'll eat something and you'll say, I feel tired afterwards,
turkey.
as we call it, the itis.
The itis,
You might be tired afterwards,
Yeah.
but then you might say, oh, I can't think at this time, but that is because of the food that you're consuming. If you
Okay.
eat something that's lower in sugar, because now sugar is being correlated to other things besides, diabetes, Alzheimer,
Oh, wow. Okay.
schizophrenia. It's being correlated to the thing with the kids.
Oh, autism.
Autism, absolutely,
Wow, I didn't know
absolutely.
that.
ADHD, multiple things is being correlated too. So once the sugar is reduced from the body, then you'll definitely see a change. The carbs too. A lot of people don't know if you intake a large amount of carbs, once your body uses what it needs, it turns the additional carbs into sugar.
Okay. I didn't know
Yes,
that.
yes. So we're getting sugar all around.
Right. I'm sitting here picking your brain. I do have at least one more question that I want to ask you in regards to nutrition, and that's about diabetes, right? So we're going to get into the cookies that you have so graciously brought. But how dangerous, Melissa, is sugar to the body?
Very much so. So, like you said, I am a Bronx native. The Bronx has actually the #1 diagnosed cases of diabetes.
In the city
in
or the country?
the city.
Okay.
And New York, period.
The 5 boroughs,
Yes,
yeah.
correct. And we also have the #1 cases of amputee based off of diabetes diagnosis.
Wow.
We have 64% of the adults are either overweight or obese, and children between the ages of 6 and 12 years old, 43% of them are either overweight or obese. Yes.
So I'm going to do something I try not to do, or maybe I don't try hard enough on this show. I'm going to be a little personal with you. So I am a diabetic, and I was diagnosed with diabetes maybe 2019, I want to say, right? And I love candy. Diabetes does not run rampant in my family.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a hereditary thing. I think the fact is I just love candy.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So very recently, and I'm being candid with you, I had a spike. I had one before, a couple of years back. I was in Houston for an event that my radio show was having, and I remember being constantly thirsty and having to use the bathroom a lot. It was very, very uncomfortable. And I was in Houston for an event. The event was featuring me, so it was really uncomfortable, being in the spotlight and having to keep, running back and forth to the bathroom. I came back to New York City and was told that I had so much sugar in my system that they said, I mean, obviously, or I'd like to think half-jokingly at the hospital, they said your blood is like syrup, and they had to pump me with all this insulin, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, fast forward to September. I had a spike. Same thing. I was at the African American Day Parade, which was the end of September, and literally constantly had to go to the bathroom, constantly had to drink water, back and forth. I was like, oh no, I'm going through this again. Those initial symptoms of having to constantly urinate and constantly drink slowly went away, but a couple of weeks later, my eyesight started to suffer, to the point where I wear readers anyway, just to read my phone or read books or whatever, but it got to the point where I needed to use the readers to even read teleprompters here on the show. So that's my personal moment of sharing. What are some of the things that you suggest that I do? Obviously, cut down on the candy, but aside from that, you know, this is my second spike, and it's only been like 5 years since the last one. How do I do better?
So first I have to say a disclaimer, I am not a doctor.
Of course,
I am
right.
a nutritional coach, but
from a nutritionist perspective, yeah.
So I do highly recommend that first you speak with your physician first, but I do recommend you looking into the ketogenic diet. It definitely can help you drastically. So I started my business during my own weight loss journey. I got a hold of my health because my A1C level was 6.1.
Right.
So through the keto diet, as well as exercising, I was working out between 4 to 6 days a week.
Good for you.
Thank you. I was able to drop my A1C level down to a 4.7.
Nice.
Thank you. And my cookies was definitely, I call it the superhero cape for anyone on the quest for a healthier living. Because just like you, I love sweets, you know, but in order for me to be successful on it, I had to find alternatives.
Right.
And it's not only the candy. So you'll look at it as a candy, but do you consume bread, rice, pasta?
A lot of rice, not a lot of pasta, not a lot of bread.
Okay.
But rice, yeah.
Do you do like root vegetables, potatoes?
Love potatoes, but I kind of keep a low potato intake.
Okay. So anything grown below the ground has a very high carb count.
Wow. Okay.
Anything grown above the ground has a lower carb count, even when it comes to certain fruits. So the best fruit will be berries, but in moderation. Anything in moderation. So you have, you know, bananas, oranges, apples. Those are great fruits, but they're very high in natural sugar.
Correct. Pineapples are my favorite, but clearly.
Yes, it will definitely give you an insulin spike. I was going through very similar things, the blurring vision, the constant urination, the tingling in the fingers and the toes. And I said, one, I did not want to be on medication. And two, I have a child to live for. So
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I started studying and I got a hold of my health, started cutting things out, started doing the leafy greens, the super greens, you know, anything grown above the ground. You take a protein, any type of meat that you enjoy, a protein added with a vegetable or two, and I bet you'll see a change. Incorporate exercise. You don't have to go to the gym, become a gym rat. Walk.
Right.
Do something out of your ordinary, and you will see a change.
Okay.
If you walk for a half an hour, walk 45 minutes to an hour, and you will see the change.
Thank you for that advice.
Of course.
And our viewers are probably clapping in their homes as well. Before we go to break, you're the author of 4 books.
Yes.
As a fellow author, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk to me about your books.
So all of my books are based on the low carb, no sugar eating. I do have one book that basically walks you through the steps of the ketogenic diet. I have one of how to prepare your kitchen to become ready to do the ketogenic diet. I have another book that basically talks about when you go out to eat, different cuisines from Japanese, even to going to the corner store.
Right.
Substitutions that you can do instead of you go for a sandwich instead of asking for bread or on a hero. You know, in New York, we love our bacon, egg, and cheeses. Put it on a lettuce wrap, or you put it on a tomato, or you put it in between, you know, onions or something like that, a healthier alternative. You know, you still get the taste, you still get satisfied for what you're craving, but just minus the carbs. Everyone asks me, so do you eat fried food? Yes, I still fry food, but just without the flour. If I feel like it, I might use almond flour instead of regular flour, or I'll fry flourless in avocado oil.
Okay.
Avocado oil is a very natural, it's a great fat alternative, and it has a high smoking point. So instead of using like a vegetable oil or corn oil, use avocado oil. Definitely.
So it's almost like you've perfected the art of making a bodega partially healthy, right?
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
the healthiest
Absolutely.
way to have a bodega. Wow. And so, what are the titles of your 4 books?
So it is, the first one is Keto Say What. The second one, it's hard for me to remember because I've written so many. I do so many things.
Sister, don't ask me nothing about the characters in the 2 books I wrote because I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but you can find them on Amazon.
Okay.
You can Google my name. I am Googleable, and my Amazon page will definitely come up with all 4 of the books.
Makes it easier.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So now in front of, or in between the 2 of us, usually we have magazines and things of that nature. But today we have your cookies.
Yes.
It says they're gluten-free, sugar-free, and keto-friendly. Normally, I'm not going to lie. If I were to see this in the store with all those indications, I would go the other direction and look for my Toll House, right? But so I'm going to try one.
Okay.
And you've assured me that it tastes good.
Absolutely.
And if it doesn't, I should lie and say that it doesn't. Right? So I'm going to try one, and then as I'm partaking, you're going to explain to us what the cookies are made of, and then when we come back from the break, we're going to have an entire conversation about Yummy Tummy for Life cookies.
Okay,
Yummy
awesome,
Tummy for Life.
awesome.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm going to break this open.
Okay.
Oof. You don't understand how bad I want to just eat this whole bag. But so let's.
But you can indulge without the guilt. That's
Really?
one
Okay.
great thing with my cookies. You can indulge without the guilt. So those are lemon.
Spice.
But those are the lemon cookies.
Okay, lemon cookies.
Yes.
So I'm going to break them open, and because we're on TV, we don't want
Okay.
to just sit here and watch me partaking in the cookies. Let's talk about what I can expect to taste, and then we'll talk about what I'm actually tasting as I'm trying to rip this open.
Okay, so those are the lemon cookies.
Okay.
They are all natural, as you stated. They are guilt-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, low in carbs, low in calories.
Okay.
So I do not skim on the taste.
Sorry, I smell my food.
It's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
It's okay.
It's the Roxbury, Massachusetts in me. So we're gonna put this behind. Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
it's okay.
And
So
and
a
I'm
lot of
going
people ask
There we go.
if they're sugar-free, what do I sweeten it with? So I do use monk fruit sweetener.
monk fruit.
Yes. So
Okay, I
it's a
don't know.
melon derived from China, and monk fruit sweetener is an all-natural sweetener, and it does not spike insulin levels. There's no cooling aftertaste. It's low in carbs. Excuse me, no carbs, no calories. Yeah, you could. Yeah. The smell-o-vision. I wish I could smell
Diabetes is just rising up. But okay, and it's soft. Oh my God, I
Yes,
love soft cookies.
baked.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so this is what I'm going to ask you to do. As I eat, you're going to tell me what I'm tasting.
Okay.
Or you're going to tell my audience what I'm tasting.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Love. That's what you're tasting. Love. Lemon cookies baked with love.
And passion.
Yes, absolutely.
And I haven't had passion in a long time. So, we'll be right back as I'm having a party in my mouth with passion with Melissa. And we'll be right back. And we're back with my guest, Melissa Groneveldt. All right, so I tasted the cookie. I wanted to finish eating the cookie,
Awesome.
but we're here, so I couldn't. I'm gonna say it was very, it tasted organic, and there was a lot of different. I get that it was the lemon cookie,
Yes.
but I tasted a lot of different things in there. And I will say this too, Melissa. I probably could, as greedy as I can be, especially when it comes to baked goods, especially when it comes to soft cookies. Oh my God. I could only eat one of those at a time.
Yes.
Why is...
So for me, it's meant that way. Portion control.
Okay.
Because you can indulge without the guilt, but in moderation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so they are individually packaged for that purpose.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can take it on the go, or like you say, you just had one, and that's basically, it's going to satisfy your sugar craving, and that's all you need. Because yes, they are, you know, quote unquote healthy, low in carb, low in calories, but if you sit there and eat the whole 6-pack, then that goes out the window.
Right, of course, of course. And they do come in 6?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about Tummy for Life. The name, where did that come from?
Yummy Tummy for Life.
Yummy Tummy for Life.
It just came to me. I say my ancestors whispered in my ears and told me the name. I was working out one day in the gym, and I said, you know, I just want something that's good for me, something yummy for my tummy. And I just did a play off the words. I'm actually in the process of rebranding. So the name is changing as well as my packaging.
Okay.
So the name is going from Yummy Tummy to Life, Yummy Tummy for Life to Monshi.
Okay.
So that is paying homage to my mom. Her name was Monchilia.
Oh.
She passed away in 2020, and
bless her.
thank you so much. And as a child, I baked with her.
Okay.
So that's where I got my passion for baking. We baked from scratch.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
She would be very proud. Now,
Yes.
what about the recipes? Are those? Pardon me, I just ate a cookie. It drank some water. Are any of the recipes or the different flavors that you have, are they somehow based on what you and your mom used to make together? Or?
Yes, some of the ingredients, but a healthier alternative
course.
to it. Yes, definitely. And I say that she is with me every time that I do bake. You know, I might, because I have the recipes down packed, so I might miss something and I'll hear, add the brown sugar.
Right.
You know, you missed the salt. So I always say that she is still with me baking.
Now, a friend of mine, I don't know if I should say this, but it's my show. A very dear friend of mine, he makes cookies. He's also on our team here, and he Emoc Dailey, and he makes cookies too, but they have a little bit of an extra kick to them, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
They're edibles,
Yes.
right? So, and his brand is called G's Cookies. They're very good, and they're very, well, I don't smoke, but I have partaken in one of them, and it
You had a good time.
not necessarily. I was in purgatory and seeing the devil, and it was a crying. It was bad. Yeah, it was. Some people shouldn't smoke or eat edibles, and I'm one of them. Now, would you consider adding TC? What is it?
THC.
THC. Somebody in the audience is whispering. Do you make cookies that are like
not as of yet.
Cookies?
Not as of yet.
No, okay.
But that is definitely yes, that is definitely something I see happening in the future. You know, I want my cookies to be sort of a prescription for medicinal use purposes. You know, someone going through chemo or you know, other illnesses that they may have, cutting the sugar one is definitely a plus.
Right.
You know, going from whole regular flour to almond flour, that's another plus.
Okay.
So to have that healthy cookie itself, and then to still offer the benefits of what THC can provide to someone, it's a win-win situation.
And here I go again. See, I have questions for you, Melissa, but I tend to speak my mind. Friends of mine have often said that I overshare, and I'm about to overshare. I recently went through an emotionally trying period. It was painful for me. I even discussed it with my team here on the show, right? Is there a thing called emotional eating?
Absolutely. I was an emotional eater. I still am an emotional eater. I just learned how to control it. You know, it's easier said than done. You know, we were just speaking about it. It's like a drug. You know, when something happens to you, you just want that satisfaction, you know, and at times you may turn, my emotional drug was sugar.
Okay.
You know, I found myself reaching for my daughter's snacks, and I'm on my, you know, eating right and working out, but then I was stagnant because of the fact of I still was reaching for the sugary snacks.
Right.
So my cookies offered an alternative to me so I can still snack without the guilt.
Right.
Working on that, you know, I can't offer too much advice because, you know, I've gone through it, you know, still going through it.
Journey.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just becoming one with yourself. I listen to a lot of motivational speeches. My favorite motivational speaker is Dr. Billy Alsbrook, and he's definitely helped pull me out of a lot of things that I was in. Also God,
Right,
you know,
of course.
praying. You know, I lost my mom 5 years ago and it still feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
interestingly enough, you said you don't know what kind of advice you could give, and you just gave some pretty great advice. That's why
Awesome. I
so
appreciate
thank you
that.
for sharing. Back to the cookies. What are some of the more popular flavors? So I had the lemon, which is definitely going to be one of my favorites. What are some of the other flavors that you have? Because I looked at your website and I was drooling.
I appreciate it. So one of our #1 bestsellers is the double chocolate chip cookie. It's very similar to a brownie.
God.
Yeah, very similar to a
Do
brownie.
you put walnuts in there?
No,
Okay,
I do not. No, but you can do a custom order with me, and I'll put whatever you want in it.
Yeah.
But also our coffee cake cookie
Oh my
is the
God.
#1. Yes, our coffee
bet
cake
it
cookie
is.
because you can pair it with coffee or tea. Yes.
For me, it would be hot chocolate, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh my God. So that's one of your most popular brands.
Correct.
What's your personal favorite?
The double chocolate chip
double
cookie.
chocolate
I am
chip.
a chocolate lover. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's made with 100% all natural cocoa and dark chocolate chips. It's awesome.
And how long do your cookies stay fresh? I know that's a question you get asked a lot.
Yeah.
How long can you keep them?
On the counter up till 3 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because of the packaging that I use, up to 3 weeks. And refrigerator for about, I give it maybe about a month, and in the freezer even longer.
Okay.
So it won't compromise the taste.
The taste. Okay. We're going to get off the cookies for now because you do so many other things. You won several business pitch competitions. Now, what is a pitch competition? Because I'm not familiar. So if you could kind of explain what a pitch competition is and then how you won them, a business pitch competition.
So have you ever seen Shark Tank?
Of course.
So you know how they come out and they speak about their business?
Okay.
They're actually pitching their business to the
okay.
shark. So it's sort of like you come out and you get them excited about your business. You know, you show your passion, you talk about your business, and you want them to jump on board whatever you're doing.
Okay. So you've won several of those.
Yes, I've done 5 and won 3.
Did you ever do one with Shark Tank?
No, not as of yet. Everyone is saying, why don't you go on Shark Tank? I don't want to give off a percentage of my business as of yet. You know, I do want to get to a certain point in business where I attract them. You know, they come to me. And, you know, certain times in business, I feel like I'm divinely guided. So I want to get to a certain point, and then, you know, that option will be on the table.
Yeah, Mom will let you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mom will let you
Absolutely.
know. Yeah. You're also a dedicated mentor, and I appreciate that, and I'll tell you why. But explain to me what it means to you to be a dedicated mentor.
Everything. Each one teach one. You know, every time I'm blessed with something, I feel like I have to give back. And give back is not monetary value, it's instilling in others what was instilled in me.
Right.
So through the numerous accelerator programs, business accelerator programs I've gone through, I'll pass that along to another entrepreneur because I wholeheartedly believe in the saying, you know, teach someone how to fish, they'll never go hungry.
Right.
So if I show someone something that I've gone through to better my business, to take me from, you know, baking from my kitchen into where I'm at, you know, I was accepted onto Walmart's marketplace. I have a couple of, a couple of opportunities on the table, you know, they'll be able to eat forever. You know, it's just amazing. It's amazing. You know, I have the chills thinking about it because I have 2 mentees right now that I'm working with, and, you know, their products was just a thought.
Oh, wow.
And now they can physically see their product and hold it, and they're doing markets and fairs and events. And I just see the light that's ignited in them, and it's like, this is my purpose. This is what I'm here for.
Can you talk to us about, excuse me, the brands or the products, I'm sorry, that your 2 mentees are creating?
So one is Transformation. So it's an all natural hair care line.
Okay.
Nice. And then thank you. And then the second one is Oasis. It's a all natural bath care line. So she does bath salts and bath oils, and it smells awesome.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
And we need to get her on the show. Seriously.
I definitely pass it along to her.
Yeah, I would love the cookies. Yeah. The Bronx. Born and raised?
Absolutely.
Okay. X up?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I lived there for 6 years. I know that it's a borough in transition. It's a place that has gone from the terrible 70s when the landlords, not the tenants,
Yeah.
were setting the buildings on fire for
Bronx
insurance.
is burning.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
It's definitely experiencing, especially in the southern part of the borough, gentrification, like
Yeah.
many places across the country.
Yes.
But it's the home of hip hop. It's the home of resilience. I think Bronxites are probably the most resilient people, certainly in New York City,
Absolutely.
if not, nationally. But it is a place that has a lot of not so great statistics. Usually, it's listed in the city in terms of the 5 boroughs of New York City. It's always listed in the lowest when it comes to poverty, or the highest crime,
Yeah.
different diabetes, etc. And so the Bronx is a place that I feel, as a person that's lived in 4 boroughs of New York City,
Wow.
all of them except for Manhattan, it's definitely a place where I think a lot of people really work hard at trying to make change. And how do you contribute to the Bronx and its change?
Well, I do agree with you. You know, for some reason the Bronx, not for some reason, but the Bronx have a bad connotation about itself. I'm definitely a rose that grew out of that concrete
that's right.
jungle. You know, there are many more of us. So, you know, one thing I definitely contribute back to is passing along the information that I've learned onto others. You know, that is my purpose in life. I am a product. I've grown up in public housing, and it wasn't easy,
Right.
you know, growing up. You know, I swore that I would never become a product of my environment, so I did what I had to do. The Bronx definitely does instill resilience,
Exactly.
and that's one thing I am.
Yeah.
There are a lot of programs that a lot of people don't know about. They have a great idea or they want to start a business, but they just don't know how to. There's great organizations out there. I'm telling you, Google can be your best friend.
Yeah.
And going down the rabbit holes and clicking on links and continue clicking and to continue clicking, you'll find what you're looking for. But there's organizations to help you take your business from an idea into a physical product, and they will offer you the support along the way and show you how to get funding and teach you how to do the pitch competitions. And I'm a product of that. And look at, I'm sitting here across from you today, you know.
And I thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for bringing these delicious
Thank you,
cookies.
thank you.
Thank you for bringing your energy.
Thank
See,
you.
You have such a beautiful, I don't know, aura about you.
Thank
your
you
skin
so
is
much.
glowing. It must be
Thank you.
these cookies.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely.
But it's probably the resilience from growing up in the Bronx, as well as your mom.
Thank you so much.
So who we celebrate today.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I will see you guys next week. I'm going to eat some more of these cookies, and so should you. Oops. Sorry.